Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Today we're diving into something that literally touches every single one of us. The very real dangers lurking in our constantly connected world. We're going to break down a fascinating look at the digital threat landscape, taking all those complex cyber concepts and organizing them so you walk away with a crystal clear understanding of exactly what we're up against today.
So let me ask you something right off the bat. Think about your own digital footprint for a second. How secure is your identity right now? Are your bank accounts, your private messages, and your personal data truly locked down? Or is there some glaring vulnerability you haven't even considered? Well, over the next few minutes, we're going to see exactly how modern criminals exploit those blind spots.
Because digital theft, it isn't just invisible lines of code floating in the ether. It can feel as visceral as a pickpocket reaching right through your screen to snatch your credit card out of your hand. That immediate threat makes this whole abstract concept feel terrifyingly real. It is a direct, personal assault on your livelihood and your autonomy.
Here is our roadmap for today. We'll start with the digital threat landscape, move into stealing your digital life, look at harassment and false reputations, tackle the cyber terrorism escalation, and finish up with building better digital defenses.
All right, part one, the digital threat landscape. This brings us to the core of the problem. In the digital age, how can identity theft, cyber harassment, cyber terrorism, and cyber defamation actually affect individuals and society? That question perfectly frames everything we're looking at today. We aren't just talking about annoying spam emails here. We're looking at a sliding scale of destruction that goes from a single person's privacy being violated all the way up to the disruption of entire nations. Which brings us to part two, stealing your digital life.
You know, identity theft is way bigger than just someone maxing out a stolen credit card. Criminals are going after the whole shebang. We're talking medical records, biometric data, synthetic identities, tax returns, employment details, you name it. Financial loss is really just the tip of the iceberg. It's a complete invasion of your security, where bad actors extract the fundamental pieces of who you are and use them illegally.
Now, cyber fraud is a slightly different beast. It involves deceiving people online for financial gain. The absolute key word here is deceiving. While theft might happen quietly in the shadows while you're asleep, fraud requires an active trick. It's a manipulation specifically designed to make you willingly hand over your hard-earned money or your private info.
And we see this in real-world traps every single day. Things like online scams, fake investment schemes, and those "you've won $1 million" lottery scams. These are psychologically designed to prey on us, promising quick wealth or urgent solutions to problems. Staying vigilant against these deceptive schemes is absolutely your first line of defense.
Let's move to part three, harassment and false reputations.
So, moving beyond purely financial crimes, the psychological impacts of digital threats are just devastating. Take cyberstalking, which takes this to a deeply personal level. It's using the internet to repeatedly harass or threaten someone. This means tracking their social media, using GPS, hacking their accounts, or just relentless unwanted contact. It fundamentally shatters a person's basic sense of physical and emotional safety. Closely related to that is cyber harassment, which you probably know as cyberbullying. This involves using digital tech like social media, messaging apps, or gaming platforms to threaten, intimidate, or humiliate individuals. It often features incredibly offensive comments or the sharing of private, embarrassing photos. And tragically, we see massive rates of this among younger users. The psychological toll this takes is severe. Victims are often completely overwhelmed by a relentless barrage of hostility coming straight from the devices they carry in their pockets. The emotional harm, the intense fear, and the sheer psychological stress, it honestly cannot be overstated. It's an attack that literally follows the victim everywhere they go. Now, I want to draw a really sharp line here between harassment and defamation. Direct cyber harassment is a targeted attack meant to intimidate or humiliate the victim directly. Cyber defamation, on the other hand, is like a giant megaphone. It's the act of publishing false information online specifically to harm someone's public reputation. Basically, harassment is about making the victim feel terrible. Defamation is about making everyone else think poorly of the victim.
Just think about how fast false accusations can spread online. It's like wildfire. An orchestrated campaign of misleading info can ruin a reputation overnight.
Because information moves so blindingly fast across social networks, once that damage takes root, it is incredibly, almost impossibly difficult to correct the public record.
All right, part 4, the cyber terrorism escalation.
We are shifting gears now to the massive unseen threats in our connected world. At the national level, a few keystrokes from some anonymous, distant location can cause absolute real-world devastation without a single physical shot being fired. This is the realm of macro-level cyber warfare, where the stakes instantly jump from personal distress to global instability.
These macro-level attacks aim squarely at vital infrastructure, government systems, military networks, and power grids. The whole goal of cyber terrorism is to create widespread fear and severely disrupt national security. By crippling a power grid or freezing a military network, attackers can completely paralyze a nation through purely digital means.
Okay, let's pivot to some solutions in Part 5, building better digital defenses.
Fortunately, we aren't helpless here. There are robust defense strategies, and they exist in a shared ecosystem. To actually work, protection requires two distinct halves: organizational security and personal vigilance. Neither you nor the companies holding your data can do this alone. Both sides of the equation have to be fortified.
On the organizational side, companies absolutely must implement robust policies. This means deeply training their employees on cyber awareness, performing regular security audits, using top-tier firewalls and anti-phishing tools, and requiring strict verification for access. This is the corporate shield we all rely on.
But then there's the personal side, stuff you can do literally right now. Use strong, unique passwords combined with multi-factor authentication. Trust me on that one, it's a game changer. Actively avoid suspicious links, constantly monitor your financial accounts, and please, keep your software completely up to date. You have the power to make yourself a very difficult target.
And this brings us full circle to a pretty profound question. What responsibilities should engineers take when designing technologies to help prevent these cybercrimes? The people building our digital world have a massive moral obligation. Technology isn't neutral. It can be a tool for immense good or a weapon for devastating harm. As we navigate this crazy digital threat landscape, the ethical choices made during the design phase will ultimately dictate the safety of our entire society. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Stay sharp and stay safe out there in the digital world.